scenario, that is Indian energy scenario, and current installed capacity is about 372 gigawatt or 3,72,000 megawatt. Okay, and in which 88,000 is being installed in the renewable energy based systems. That is about 24% contribution in the total energy scenario. And if you take nuclear, just 2% contribution, hydro just 12% contribution, and if it is thermal based, it is major one, 62% contribution. Okay, but renewable energy, interestingly, 24% contribution in the total energy scenario, which is about 88,000 megawatt or 88 gigawatt. That is very phenomenal. Okay, and this is about the state-wise power generation. Okay, and that is state sector or private sector or central all together, and through thermal based. Thermal means coal, lignite, gas, diesel all together, and this is about the nuclear, and this is about the hydro, and this is about the renewable energy. Okay, and totally, if you look at that, renewable energy, it is 88 gigawatt or 88,000 megawatt. And here it is about total is about 3,72,000 megawatt or 372 gigawatt. Okay, and this is based on the coal and lignite and gas and diesel. All together, it is about 2,31,000 megawatt only from thermal based. That is inclusive of coal, lignite, gas, diesel. Okay, and nuclear, it is close to 7,000 megawatt, which is about 2% contribution. Hydro, it is about 40,000 megawatt. Okay, so that is about the energy scenario in the country. And here about the various sectors, about the units of electricity. So how much units have been produced in the country through central sector or state sector or private sector. Okay, from thermal or from hydro, from nuclear. Okay, and say how much units are being generated. Okay, and so in the past year, that's what you are seeing in this particular slide. And this is electricity generation growth. When you look at the growth from 2009 onwards, see, this is about the billion units of electricity. 1 unit is 1 kilowatt hour is 1 unit of electricity. Okay, so when you look at that, that is billion units, that is including renewable energy, and that is say 808 billion units of electricity produced in the year 2009 and 10. Okay, and 2019 and 20, it is 1,389 billion units of electricity is generated. And if you look at the percentage of growth, it is it's phenomenal. Okay, 7% growth, 5% growth, 9% growth, 11 and 12, it is very high, I can say. And here in the 1920, it is very less because of the pandemic period. Okay, and 2020-21 yet to be finished. Okay, only the March 2021 only we can have the actual picture, but anyway, it will be very less because of the pandemic period. And this is about the billion units of electricity generated. And this is about the growth over the years. Okay, of course, it is say you find very steady growth in the past years, and this it is given in the percentage. And 2011 and 12, the growth is very phenomenal, about 9.14%, and 14 and 15 also it's good, and 8.84%. But 1920 it is quite less because of the pandemic period, and 2021 definitely it will be very less because of the pandemic period. Okay, and this is about the overview of capacity addition during the 12th plan. So each plan is about 5 years time, and from central sector, private sector, state sector all together, and this is about the planning. Okay, and I mean from thermal, from hydro, from nuclear, and this all together. So the planning is about 1 lakh megawatt capacity has to be added in the next say 5 years. Okay, this is about capacity addition target and achievements in the year 18-19, the past year, how it is being achieved, the capacity addition. Okay, so that we come to renewable energy. Okay, this is about the renewable energy potentials, and so huge potential we have renewable energy in renewable energy. If you take biogas plant, It's a 12 million. Okay. And so the biogas plant, it is being operated with the cow dung or agricultural waste, right? And even the human waste. So the potential we have enormous, about the 12 million across the country. Biomass based power from wood based or agricultural waste based by using the forest waste. Whatever it is about 17,000 megawatt. Efficient wood stove, that is the 120 million. Okay, that is I mean it's a wood stove. Normally in the villages they put the 3 stones and underneath they put the firewood, and here it is completely covered and the flame will not go out. That is efficient wood stove. It is about 120 million. Solar energy potential 5 into 10 to the power of 15 kilowatt hour per year. That is 5 into 10 to the power of 15 units per year. That is very, very high. Even when we tap 1% of say potential, we can supply energy throughout the world. So such a potential we have it in the country. Small hydro 10,000 megawatt. Wind energy, it's a new estimation says it's about 1 lakh megawatt capacity. Okay, when we raise the wind turbines, so the potential will be very high. So we have about 1 lakh megawatt capacity we have potential in the country. And the energy from urban and industrial waste, it is about 1700 megawatt. Ocean thermal, that is VOTEC, 50,000 megawatt, and sea wave 20,000 megawatt, and tidal power, it is about 10,000 megawatt. So this is about the potentials of renewable energy sources in the country. So we have very good potential from solar and wind and biomass and ocean. So the potential wise, it is, I mean, our country is having enormous, and so we have to use appropriate technology to tap these resources. Okay, and yeah, this is about the present status renewable energy installed capacity in the country as of August 31st, 2020. It's quite recent data. And if you look at the wind power, we have installed about close to 38,000 megawatt or 380 gigawatt, okay, or gigawatt. Okay, so that is really wonderful, and we keep 4th position in the world after China and US and Germany, and we keep 4th position in the world in terms of wind power. We have installed about 380 gigawatt of electricity. Small hydro, it is about close to 5,000 megawatt, and it's in the it is apart from the conventional hydro power. Okay, we have seen already about 45,000 we have installed from hydro. That is the major hydro. It is coming under conventional, not under renewable, because it is existing for more than 100 years. It is Britishers developed these kind of hydraulic power. That is they built the dams, and we use the water for the cultivation as well as we generate the electricity. So apart from that, small hydro in the Himalayan region, there are a lot of small streams. They put small hydro turbine, hydraulic turbine, and then they generate power. That is about 5,000 megawatt. Biopower, it is not very interesting. It is growth is very, very slow. It is close to just 10,000 megawatt. I mean, though we have a lot of agricultural waste in the country, but then not that much capacity has been added, and because of various reasons, because it is developing little pollution and smoke. So not only that, and it needs huge biomass, and stock also is very difficult. So we have some reasons for not growing. That is about just 10,000 megawatt already installed. Waste to energy is just 148 megawatt. From agricultural waste or kitchen waste or corporation waste. So now only people are concentrating on solid waste management. I think in the future it may grow. Solar power, it is very interesting. It is 35,000 megawatt so far added in the country. That is about 35 gigawatt. Okay, it's a very nice, and we are keeping a very good position. I think 3rd position in the world, after again China and other couple of countries like Japan, and we keep, I think, 3rd position in the world. Altogether, it is 88,000 megawatt capacity. That is very, very interesting. 80 gigawatt of electricity we have added in the Indian energy scenario through renewables itself. So that is very interesting. Okay. So if you look at the renewable energy share in the future, so how the trend will go, but this is about 2022. It is projected about 175 gigawatt. I mean, approximately 28% contribution, and so if it is steadily increased, definitely 175 gigawatt it is possible. But I don't know about now. We have reached 2021, but we have say reached only 88,000. Okay, and 1,75,000. I don't know whether it has to be doubled. Okay, more than doubling. But then because of the pandemic situation, it is, I think I doubt whether we could reach 175 gigawatt by the year 2022. But definitely we can reach at least say 150 gigawatt. I think that could be possible. We have to wait and see. So that is about the growth in the future. And again, it is a projection. Okay, people use different forecasting models. And by the year 2022, and this is another scenario, 100 gigawatt. I think 100 gigawatt definitely we can reach, we can surpass. But 2027 only we can reach 175 gigawatt. That's what another projection says. But it may be true, but then we need not wait such time. But I think before 2025 we can reach 175 gigawatt. So that is my expectation. Okay, this is about the projections. Okay, and solar energy. When we come to solar energy, there is this Jawaharlal National Mission. Okay, solar mission, Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission. Okay, so it was started early in the year 2010. So that time only we have started solar energy, ME solar energy program. So I mean, so that is the first set they joined 2010. That time they given the scholarship also for the students, even master students also. So when I was director for IES, I think, so that time I visited MNRE and got good funding, and for scholars, PhD scholars and ME students, and then for laboratory developments and all, they have sponsored over 2 crores of money, right? And so that target and all we already surpassed. Okay, so by the year 2000. I mean 1722, they just put 20,000 megawatt. Now we have installed about 88,000 megawatt. So we have surpassed already. So all these things we have surpassed already. If you look at the growth of solar capacity, say very interesting 2020. So we have reached about 35,000 megawatt or 35 gigawatt. Okay, so I mean, it's really, if you look at the growth, very rapid from 2015. Okay, very, very rapid. And now it is slowing down because of the pandemic period. Otherwise, we could have reached by this time 1 lakh megawatt, but then we could reach only 88,000 megawatt. Right. And about the wind energy, and already I said we are keeping 4th position in the world. And this is the total potential. See, 1 lakh megawatt, 1 lakh and 2,788 megawatt. That is, it's a new estimation says. Okay, we have say National Institute of Wind Energy in Pallikaranai, close to Velachery. It's a national institute. Okay, wind energy, and so throughout the country they have installed a lot of say monitoring stations. And so each minute, okay, all the resources will be stored in the central hub in National Institute of Wind Energy, that is NIWE. Okay, so we have 1 lakh megawatt capacity. This is about the state-wise wind power capacity, installed capacity already. I think it's a quite old data. I don't want to say this. I mean, if you look at the growth, okay, of course, see, from 18 to 20, it is 3,800, 17 to 18, 3,700 plus. See, 18 to 20, this is, in 1 year, this is 3,000 plus, and this is in 2 years only this much because of the pandemic. and the growth is slowing down. Otherwise, we are having very good installed capacity even from wind energy. And this is from geothermal, okay. And in the geothermal provinces in India, and if you look at Tamil Nadu, we don't have any geothermal. Geothermal, so they put the drill underneath, okay, and so we get warm water, and so we vaporize the low boiling liquid like ammonia or FIAN, and then we operate the turbine, vapor based turbine, and then okay, and we generate electricity. So I mean, particularly you have a lot of resources in the Jammu and Kashmir, right? And though it is very cold, we may think that it is very cold, but then when you drill, you can get say hot springs, right? And if you visit Kulu Manali and all, okay, you can see a lot of natural hot springs, and you get a lot of I mean hot water, boiled water, I can say. Sometimes steam will also come, so you can have a lot of geothermal energy from Jammu and Kashmir, and to some extent in Madhya Pradesh also, and Gujarat part, and then, but of course southern India, and not much potentials. Okay, so that is geothermal provinces in India. And this is about the energy policies, and how we have to meet, say, I mean, industrial sector and agricultural sector, transportation sector, and the cooking sector, that is a domestic, and the building sector, commercial buildings. Okay, and for example, cooking means say improved cook stoves and coal cooking, electrical cooking, gas cooking, sorry, oil cooking. So like so and traditional chula, like that. For each sector, we have various technologies. How the policy is framed by Government of India. That is okay. And again, this is also related to policy matters, right? And it's a primary energy source and secondary energy source and final, and how. So these are all the end users, okay? And cooking demand and industrial demand and residential sector, commercial sector, agricultural sector, how the energy is being utilized. Only mainly the electricity. Some oil may be directly, maybe cooking, and agricultural pump, that is diesel engines, biomass directly for cooking. Okay, so this kind of end users, right? And Government of India new schemes that the one nation, one grid policy is going to come. So they are going to have, say, completely they want to make a nationalized grid. So now we have separately for South India and North India. So they want to have complete connectivity throughout the country. They say one nation and one grid. And it's energy efficiency and how to improve the energy efficiency in all renewable energy based systems. And there are a lot of reformation is taking place also in the energy systems, and that kind of okay. So and so energy scenario, I just briefly narrate what we have discussed so far. And as of now, it is about 372 gigawatt electricity is being installed in the country, or 372,000 megawatt. Okay, that's a total energy capacity, in which renewable energy contribution is about 24%, which is about 88,000 megawatt. From solar, it is about 35 gigawatt, and from wind, it is about 38 gigawatt, right? And totally, it's about 88,000 megawatt. Okay, and okay, so. But there are projections for the future years. By the year 2022, they are aiming for 175 gigawatt. But if not, at least definitely 100 gigawatt is possible even. And if the pandemic period is over before this March, maybe we can go faster, and then we can even reach about 1,50,000 megawatt or 150 gigawatt. That is possible. Okay. So that is about the Indian energy scenario, particularly renewable energy scenario we have discussed, and it has to be updated. And I think Vinod has given some assignment. What is the current data? So this is just little old. This is August 2020. But I don't think so much additions because of pandemic period. At least few additions you can see, and mainly the renewable energy potential you should remember, and the renewable energy contribution in the country. Also, you should remember that data has to be updated, right? And so in this, if you have any doubt, you can ask. We have some more minutes. Yeah, now we can interact. Yeah, you can ask queries, Pa. Otherwise, you mute the mic. Slides closed.
நீங்க எடுத்துட்டு போங்க, அது எப்படியும் மிச்சம் தான் வரும் எங்க வீட்டுல.
Manikandan, you can mute your mic. Manikandan, mute, and all of you mute. And if you want to ask any queries, you can open the mic and ask. Okay. Admin எடுத்துக்கல. Oh. Anything you want to ask, Pa? Nandini? Siddharth? Any queries?
No.
No, sir.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, who is the largest producer of energy today in the world, sir? China. Is it China, sir?
China, yeah, China, of course.
Okay, sir. India will stand in around 5th or 6th position, right, sir?
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the biomass energy conversion is there, no, sir. In Delhi, Shell is installed, sir. Like this, in Tamil Nadu, there is any project, sir?
Biomass not very interesting projects nowadays because I mean, so the government is not encouraging the deforestation of the forests, and then it also will give a lot of smoke. And we have technologies like biomass gasifiers and biogas plant, and so we have technologies, but then even in which you can find some pollution level, and then I mean the transportation of all biomass based wood or agricultural waste, it is something tedious process. Okay, so
but
that's why
you must invested more in that, sir. The news is come. I read some more days before, sir.
Yes, the government is taking a lot of steps to increase it because it's agricultural based country and we have lots of forest waste, agricultural waste, and they want to generate power through biomass. But it is not picking up like solar and wind. Among renewables, solar and wind, it is really picking up very well. Biomass is also coming under renewable because when we cut the tree, it grows. When we do the harvest, the agricultural residues, then the next period again they sow the seed and then it grows again. So it's a biomass is also continuous process. That's why it is coming under renewables. But however, and I mean it has some reasonable problems. That's why it is not growing much when compared with solar and wind. And though we have good technology in biomass, still it has some drawback, particularly the stocking of fuels. Okay, it needs a lot of space, wood or I mean agricultural residues or whatever it is. So you have to put it as a big heap, like big mountains, right? And there are some issues, and that's why the growth is not very attractive. Okay, and for so many years, the technology is there, but we have reached only 10,000 megawatt from biomass. Anything?
Growth of biogas.
Yeah, biogas is also, I mean, it is mainly for cooking end use. Biomass, again, the resource is it is there, but mainly in the villages. Okay, the cow dung, the animal waste, of course the human waste is also possible. And of course we have technology. Of course Chinese, they are the pioneers in this technology, and then India is also a pioneering country in terms of biogas power plant. And we have it on a very big biogas based community power plant in Coimbatore. So we have a lot of agricultural, I mean food waste, like fruit waste and vegetable waste. Okay, thousands of tons we get a lot of waste from every day from that market. So they have put on biogas community power plant, and they allow it for the fermentation. It releases methane gas. Then they run the engine, and then they generated power. But then again, some maintenance issues, and it could not be operated continuously. And biogas, of course, in villages for the domestic end use they have. And apart from that, some effluent, in dyeing industry and various chemical industries. Okay, from the effluent, they allow it for the fermentation, and then they put the biogas plant, industrial waste. Okay, and it is there, of course, not very attractive like solar and wind. Yeah.
So this is Jay Ganesh.
Yeah, it is again green energy. It is coming under renewable, and it is also green energy. And when you convert that into biogas, it's a methane gas. Of course, it is a clean fuel like LPG when you do domestic cooking. Okay, and you cannot see much pollution. I mean, it is a clean energy. Yeah.
Can this be implemented in every household? Because we have 50 tanks.
Excuse me?
No, sir. From 50 tanks, can we methane to use biogas for our home energy needs, sir?
Yeah. In villages, and already people use, say, if they have some couple of cattle, so they collect the cow dung, and every day they put it in the biogas plant, and after the fermentation, it releases biogas, that is a methane gas, and then they give the connectivity to the kitchen. And yeah, they do domestic cooking, and some places community biogas plant. Okay, as the community, and they put on a big biogas plant, and they share the resource, the cow dung from each house, and then the connectivity will be given to various houses, right? And it is also there, community type biogas plant, and individual biogas plant is also there. Yes, but not very attractive for the power generation. Maybe direct cooking, it is very good. For power generation, it is not much attraction. Yes, only in the big industries, if they get a lot of effluents, and so they do the fermentation process, and then okay, so they generate electricity in some cases.
Okay.
Sir, before you have told that production of solar energy has been reduced due to the pandemic situation, but yeah. I don't think so, sir, because still people needs an awareness of solar energy and how it can be used efficiently. And I don't think that government also encourages these kind of renewable energy sources, because it must start with government institutions or government what do you say, government sectors, so something like that. But from them we need to get inspired by those activities, and then the people might get some idea on renewable energy sources. So this could help the people build in energy sources.
Yeah, as you say, lot of awareness program was conducted. Even we have conducted like this program in many schools and colleges and in the villages, okay, about the solar energy gadgets and all. So we have taken all the solar energy gadgets like PV panels and cooker and water heating systems, and we demonstrated in various schools and colleges in the villages. And of course, we have separate ministry to promote renewable energy. That is a Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. No other country is having a separate ministry to promote renewable energy. Fortunately, we have it, and so they do to some extent to promote renewable energy, particularly. So in each state they have some development. Sorry, in Tamil Nadu we have Tamil Nadu Development Agency, that is TEDA. Okay, so like that, each state will have say some agency, government agencies to promote renewable energy. And yes, of course, it's you can see the increasing trend in the past few years. Only the recent in one decade there is phenomenal growth in terms of renewable energy installation. Okay. Yes. Hello.
I agree with that, but even though the government buildings or the government sectors that have been running nowadays,
Okay.
whether it is running under these renewable energy sources or what?
Ama.
So just hold on a line.
எது சம்பந்தமா? ஸ்க்ரூட்னியா? என்ன ஸ்க்ரூட்னி?
So sir is on another call, so you just wait. Okay.
எத்தனை மணிக்கு? வேணாம் எங்க வச்சு நடக்கும்? ஓகே, ஸ்க்ரூட் நான் வரணுமா? 2 o'clock ஆகும். சரி போ.
So Jagan is having some good.
Yeah, come on, you repeat the question, Pa.
Yeah, sir. Sir, I agree with what you have said, but even though the government buildings or the government sectors that have been running nowadays is running through the renewable energy source or from the normal electrical generation.
Yeah, in the of course, we have the say normal connectivity through the grid, and which is maybe mainly fossil fuel based power plants. But in government building and all, they are bringing some so solar PV installation in the roof. The rooftop concept is coming in all government buildings, and even they want to put it in the upstairs of colleges and schools. Okay, and they have some schemes to use the all the government buildings and railway stations and all. They want to use the rooftop solar PV power plant. Okay, so that is also going on parallelly in one side, and of course R&D also it's quite good, and even they want to put it say floating type solar PV panels. Okay, so in the lake or in the pond, even in the ocean, so they want to keep it. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.